My name is Comrade Kelly Ifemena Mukuru, also known as Comrade Akima. I'm the ethnic National Youth President of the entire Urhobo Youth Worldwide, UPU Youth Wing.
I remain Comrade Harry Urhobo, the ethnic Youth Secretary, UPU Worldwide.
I am Prince Ukwana Boji, LNS. I'm the language advocate and the public secretary of all Urhobo Youth Worldwide, UPU.
Let's move down now to senatorial level, Delta Central. This is where the Urhobo, very stronghold of Urhobo, you know. What exactly is expected of a senator? You as the President General now, can you just give us a highlight?
Yeah, what is expected for anybody who wants to represent the Urhobo Nation? You should understand that Urhobo Nation is an ethnic group located in a state where there's diverse, different ethnic nationality. A senator representing the Urhobo Nation, also known as the Wado City Senator, should be a senator that has a track record. A senator who have defended the Urhobo Nation even in his private capacity. I would not expect a senator, for instance, or a people of Delta Central to vote a senator that has refused to give light to his community for 8 years. I respect a person of a Senator Igoyoto Amori. He's one of my big boss. But the last time I had a series of conversation with him, you are from Mosoga, and Mosoga community, they've not had lights for 3 years. For 8 years, 8 years. And youth have come out to agitate. And each time this Urhobo youth comes out to say, our people need light. You said our youth should not rob. Our youth to stay off from cultism. You want our youth to stand out, to be good ambassador, and there's no light. If there's a light, the cultist, who is an iron bender, will have a job to do in his shop. He will go to the beer parlor and discuss cultism. The arm robber, who is a painter, should know that he could go paint like 2 or 3 houses. If he paint finish, you don't get power to go carry cut to size and go rob. It was alleged in Mosoga, and there's no light for 8 years. The youth who has come out to speak against this act, we are arrested. As the UPU Youth Wing president, I left my comfort zone. I went to Asaba, where I engaged the police authority. I released these youth leaders who wanted a change in the system. Most of the light issue happened before the king died. Any youth that want to protest, you are arrested. Money was contributed under the leadership of Senator Amori. The money got into voicemail. Till today, there is no light in Moscow.
So, let me introduce the General House now. During the senatorial declaration of Chief Igoyoto Amori in Moscow, we heard and we know that you led a protest concerning the electricity and all that. And for some, you wanted to truncate his declaration. Can you clarify on this?
I am a part and parcel of that mass action. First and foremost, it should be on note that we are not on that protest ground under the aegis of UPU Youth Wing. But myself and the president are civil rights activists. We received series of complaints, written complaints from residents of Mosoga, most especially the youths, who appealed to us that we should add our voice to theirs for the restoration of power outages that have lasted for exactly 8 years. We listened to their calls, and they themselves, they placed the date of the mass action, the demonstration, which you now refer to as protests. And surprisingly, when we got to Mosuga, it collided with the declaration of Senator Igbo. Now, it should be on note that the protests or the agitation was not to truncate his aspiration. It has nothing political, it has no political inclination, but just to drive home the restoration of lights in Mosuga. Senator Igbo should do the needful. He should consult with his people, restore lights. Darkness is synonymous to evil. So on that of the protest, that is just it. Why, if you want to become a senator of Urhobo Nation, there are criterions, there are things. The standard has already been raised from Senator DOD to Iwewido, and now to Vioma Gege, who became Iraqi senator and became deputy senate president. There is a glory and there is exaltation to this office. We do not want people that don't have the interest of Urhobo. People who cannot agitate for the improvement and development of the Urhobo language. Urhobo Nation needs somebody that will speak for the Urhobo people, not for himself and his community. Urhobo Nation needs somebody that will revamp Okpagbe Seaport, DSC, and industrialize Urhobo Nation. We don't need a political new fight that will become popular on the pages of the newspaper, just as what we have it today. I have benefited negatively from all these crises. A language advocate that we are advocating for our mother tongue without a political way. An individual that his uncle has been killed by Fulani S-men, that your senator could not even release a statement to that regard. But if it's happening in other places, they will speak. We don't want such kind of representation again in Urhobo Nation. What we want is a senator for Urhobo Nation that will speak Urhobo, that will dream Urhobo, and represent Urhobo for a purposeful representation, not what we are having. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Urhobo nature is a vibrant nature. Such you have in senators such as the late Werido, Dafinone, and others. So we don't want to have an errand boy senator who will be carrying bag along with the Senate President. And we don't want to experience any cruise boat senator anymore. We want a senator who will represent Urhobo, the vibrancy of the Urhobo people, a senator who can speak up when there's a problem, not a senator who will see the injustice to his people because of official interest. We decide to keep aloof. No, we don't want those kind of senator.
The standard to represent Urhobo people has been raised. A deputy senate president of the entire nation has come from the Urhobo Nation. I think that's a standard on its own. So the kind of senator we need is a senator that can understand the language of the youth. A senator that can work, advocate for the development of Urhobo people and not for his interest. We don't want a senator who wants to become a senator because it's one of his lifetime achievements or dreams of becoming a senator. To become a senator, charity should begin from your community, where you come from. Charity should begin at all. So, to become a senator, think of whatsoever Omar Gege have done, think to do it ×5, because we will criticize you. That's the point, man.